What is love? Is it butterflies you get in your stomach when you see that special someone? Or is it that spark you feel when you two touch hands? Webster Dictionary defines love as an attraction that includes sexual desire. Oxford Languages defines love as a feeling of deep affection. There are thousands of ways that we can define the feeling of love. But do we really know where it comes from? Poets will say love stems from the heart, but scientists beg to differ, saying that the brain is the cause of love. Research has been proven that there are different chemicals in the brain that either increase or decrease when a person is in love. But I'm getting ahead of myself because before love comes affection. Although your eyes are the first components of attraction, your nose contributes more than you give it credit for in your love affairs. Our noses pick up on natural chemical signals known as pheromones. In a study, women were asked to smell t-shirts of men that have been worn for 2 nights. Most of the women preferred the scent of t-shirts worn by the men whose immune system differed their own. The idea is that the greater variety of immunity, the greater chances of survival for their offspring. On the flip side, another experiment was conducted where different women were asked to wear t-shirts at different times of their ovulation cycles. When men were asked to smell the t-shirts, the results revealed that the men who smelled the t-shirts with ovulating women had higher levels of the sex hormone testosterone. In a sense, your nose is playing matchmaker with who is best fit for reproduction during your initial meeting. These two phenomenons collide with the love at first sight moment that we've all seen in movies, or maybe we've even experienced ourselves. The sweaty palms, the nervousness, you feel your heart pumping. Take for instance this scene in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World when Scott first meets Ramona.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
Hey, you know Pac-Man?
I know of him.
Well, Pac-Man was originally called Puckman. They changed it because, not because
You could see how Scott Pilgrim became nervous the moment he saw Ramona, even crushed his cup, and when he went over to talk to her, he was really nervous, just started some small talk. This is all thanks to the higher levels of adrenaline and cortisol in your bloodstream whenever you first meet somebody. As you continue to get to know them, another chemical, dopamine, also increases. This is known as the feel-good hormone. Dopamine is shown to have the same effect on the brain as cocaine and can even lead to an increase in energy and insomnia. On the other hand, serotonin, which is a hormone that is known to be involved in appetite and mood, will drop. People who suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder also have low levels of serotonin. This would explain the infatuation that comes in the beginning stages of love. As the years go by, the levels of dopamine and cortisol, as well as the low levels of serotonin, normally balance out. But don't be alarmed. This doesn't mean that love fades. It just means that new hormones are introduced, like oxytocin, the attachment hormone, which was released during sex, breastfeeding, and childbirth. Oxytocin triggers feelings of love and protection. A study showed that when oxytocin was injected into a rat that had never had sex, the rat began to fawn over another female's young and protected it as one of its own. Vasopressin is another hormone that is released during the commitment stage. Like many human relationships, prairie voles form monogamous commitments. In an experiment, they were injected with a chemical that would suppress vasopressin. They found that blocking vasopressin, the males failed to protect their partners and even spent less time with them. But when researchers administered vasopressin to the male prairie voles, the effects were reversed. In humans, we see how vasopressin boosts attachment between two couples. Though we might never know for certain why we fall in love, we know many chemicals in our brain affect our romantic bonds. sending cues our body is playing Cupid, potentially leading us to the right one.